Hello everybody. So you are studying chapter 2, that is nutrition in living organisms, animals. Before I start the next topic, let us recapitulate the chapter. What you read in this chapter? Food habits. So what are the different food habits of animals? Some are herbivores, that is they eat grass. Example, cow, deer. Some are carnivores, that is they are eat flesh. Example, lion, tiger. And there are still some organisms which feed both plants as well as meat or the flesh. They are called omnivores. Example, first is we human beings, bear, crow. The next topic you read is types of nutrition. What is the kind of nutrition in animal? It is heterotrophic nutrition. So there are three types of heterotrophic nutrition. They are, first is saprotrophic. Sapro means dead and trophic means food. So those organisms which derive their food from dead and decaying organic matter, they are called saprotrophs. Example, bacteria and fungi. Now you know that bacteria are very small. We cannot see through our naked eyes. They are seen under the microscope. So what do you think? That can they eat these dead plants and animals? No. Then how do they get nutrition from dead plants and animals? Actually, bacteria and fungi, they secrete some chemicals called enzymes. These enzymes act on the dead plants and animals and breaks down complex molecules in them into simple molecules, or you can say bigger molecules are broken down into smaller and soluble ones which are then absorbed by them. The second mode is parasitic. Some of organisms, they derive their food from the body of other living organisms. Okay, para means other. So they are called parasites. They are like leech, lice, etc. And third mode of nutrition is holozoic. Holozoic, it is a kind of nutrition. Now, let me ask you one question. Are we saprotroph? No. Are we parasite? No. Then how do we get our food? We eat food. They are complex molecules. We eat food. They contain the nutrients, carbohydrates, proteins, fats. Now, these are bigger molecules. These are complex molecules. And in our digestive system, it is broken down into simple and soluble form. This kind of nutrition is called holozoic nutrition. So we are holozoic, and you will be surprised to know that single-celled amoeba is also holozoic. Though it is made up of one cell, but it takes complex food from the water, and inside the cell it is broken down by the enzymes into simple and soluble forms. Then the next topic you read is nutrition in human beings. In that first you read the human digestive system. So digestive system, what is the meaning of system? Group of organs that work together to perform a particular function. So what are the organs of this digestive system? It consists of a long tube called alimentary canal that begins from mouth and ends in the anus, and digestive glands that lie outside the alimentary canal. So what are these three digestive glands? Three pair of salivary glands in the mouth, then liver, and third is pancreas. Out of these three, liver is the largest gland in our body. Then you read the process of digestion. How is food digested? What is the meaning of digestion? Breakdown of complex food into simple forms. Okay. So here carbohydrate is broken down. Carbohydrate, protein and fat. Let's see how are they digested in the different parts of the alimentary canal. In the mouth, there is a gland, salivary gland. Salivary amylase breaks down starch into sugar. In the food pipe, there is no digestion. It only passes the food from mouth to stomach. In the wall of stomach, there is a gland, gastric gland, which secrete gastric juice. Gastric juice has three substances which helps in digestion. First is hydrochloric acid. Okay. Second is mucus. And third is an enzyme that digest protein. Remember, enzymes need a specific medium to act. So the enzyme in the stomach needs acidic medium. This acidic medium is provided by hydrochloric acid. And hydrochloric acid also kills bacteria or any other germs present in the food. Okay. And the third is mucus. Mucus protects the stomach from the action of the acid. Then the food enters small intestine. Here it meets secretion of three glands: liver, pancreas and small intestine. Liver secretes a yellowish green fluid bile. It helps in the digestion of fat. Okay. Then pancreas secretes enzymes that helps in the digestion of all the components of food, that is carbohydrates, proteins and fats. And what about intestinal gland, which is present along the wall of the intestine? Its enzyme also helps to complete the process of digestion of food. So carbohydrates are ultimately broken down into glucose, proteins are finally broken down into amino acids, and fats are broken down into fatty acid and glycerol. What does it mean? That carbohydrate is made up of many molecules of glucose, proteins are made up of many molecules of amino acids, and fats are made up of fatty acid and glycerol. So this is a brief summary of the digestion which you have already read. So have you noted one thing, that in the mouth which component of food is digested? Carbohydrate. In the stomach, digestion of which component of food begins? Protein. Now the digestion of food is completed in the small intestine, and from the small intestine this food is transported to all the parts of the body. Because we eat for obtaining energy, and this energy is released from the food when it reaches each and every part, each and every cell of the body. So it must be transported. Now what is the medium of transport of this substance? Blood. Okay, so food is absorbed by the blood in the small intestine. Now with the help of a diagram I will show you how is digested food absorbed in the small intestine. Okay, now let's see absorption of digested food. Okay, where does it occur? What I said, small intestine. Suppose this is the small intestine, okay, and this is the inner, this is the lumen of, in this direction food is passing. This inner wall of this small intestine, it is thrown into this finger like fold. What this finger like fold is called? Villi. Okay, it is thrown into finger like projections called villi. Now suppose if these are the 2 points and I have to accommodate a thread. Okay, I may keep thread in this straight, or I may take a long thread and I fold it and I accommodate. So which one will provide more surface? This one or this one? Of course this one, because in the same space I have folded it, so it will provide more surface. So in this way you can try to understand why this inner wall is thrown into folds called villi, so that it increases the surface of absorption. Now what I said, that the absorption, now how it is absorbed and how it is transported from intestine to all the parts of the body. What I said, that the medium of transport in our body is blood. It means there should be blood capillaries which will absorb the food and carry it to each and every cell. Now here I am going to draw a single villi. I am drawing just an enlarged view of one villi. Okay, what I have drawn here, this is one villi. Okay, and here is the lumen. From here the food is absorbed. Now here there are the blood vessels. What I have drawn here, this is actually this is blood vessel. So food is absorbed from the lumen of intestine into the blood vessel. Okay, and through this blood vessel it is transported to all the parts of the body. So question comes, how is the digested food absorbed in the small intestine? What are the two features it has? See, It should have two features. It has two features that helps in the process of absorption. First, it has finger-like projection called villi. How does it help? By providing great surface area, large surface area. And second, the villi has rich network of blood vessels, so that food is transported, absorbed by the blood and transported to all the parts of the body. So from small intestine, digested food is absorbed and it is carried to all the parts of the body. So I hope you have understood that how is the digested food absorbed in the small intestine. Now what happens to the undigested and unabsorbed food in the small intestine? It passes to the large intestine. In the large intestine, some minerals and water is absorbed from this undigested and unabsorbed food, and it is stored in the rectum for defecation. Thank you.